Hello everyone, I'm Joe. I'm a bag, watch, and jewelry collector. I also do bag authentications, especially Hermes bags for auction houses, bag collectors, and investors. Here I am again in my new video. It's actually the first video that I'm making from home because I'm finally back from my 3-month trip to Europe and South America. I was everywhere. It's so tiring in Paris, Venice, Spain, Brazil, São Paulo, Rio, the North, Fortaleza, I don't remember, Natal, Recife, all these cities. Well, anyway, so I'm back. So I have the access to my larger collection. So I'm not stuck with just the bags that I was traveling with. So I can finally dig into my personal collection to give you some interesting reviews of some maybe rare models that you don't see very often. Originally, I wanted to review Hermes Constance in Crocodile today, but that bag has been unfortunately borrowed by a friend to go to an event, the Coco Chanel Coco Crush event. Well, anyway, so sometimes I do this. I lend my bags to my friends. Well, so here we are actually with a Louis Vuitton bag. It's a Louis Vuitton twist in lizard. So lizard bags, I don't know if you're very familiar with this leather. Actually, when we talk about exotic leather, we're more talking about 3 main groups, which are crocodile, ostrich, and lizard. And within crocodile, you have 3 main types. We're talking about more Hermes and Louis Vuitton, right? Because those smaller brands, they might use some less noble skins. So for crocodile, it would be the Niloticus, the Porous, and the American alligator. And for ostrich, it's all main raised, so there are not so many different types. And for lizard, there are actually 2, which is the African, what we call the Niloticus lizard, and the Asian one, the Asian water lizard, which is called Salvatore lizard. So the difference between the Niloticus lizard and the Salvatore lizard by appearance is very hard to tell. The only difference that I'm aware of is the the Salvatore can grow to a larger size. Lizard are normally smaller, so you would only have smaller bags made in lizard or wallet or whatever. You won't see like 35 or 40 size Birkin made from lizard, which is impossible, or you have to put the leather together like collage together, which is not very beautiful. So as we can see even here, I don't know if you can see it's not a very large piece, but even for this length, you have to actually use 3 pieces of different leather, because otherwise the length is not enough. It's also because they wanted to have this this Himalaya effect, as we see that they in the middle is lighter and then it goes gradually to the darker side. So this Himalaya effect, so you can only use the belly part is lighter, so which goes to the darker part. So when we talk about lizard, very often we would see the word monitor. We call them monitor lizard. It's actually funny. The monitor is like a monitor, like the screen monitor. They call it that because lizards tend to actually stand up on their hind legs and then to get the sunshine to warm themselves up. And it looks like they are just monitoring something. That's why they got the name monitor lizard. Yeah, so that's just some small knowledge of lizard. So the lizard skin is actually a very dedicated skin. I think it's the rarest skin that you can get in Louis Vuitton, in Hermes. It's very, very hard to come by. And they have these small scales. Can you see? like really small scales, like almost like a diamond shape, small scales on the side, and in the middle they have more regular, almost like rectangular like scales. These scales are sensitive to everything. They're sensitive to water, they're sensitive to moisture, moist weather, and they're sensitive to dryness. And they are also sensitive to sunshine. When you have a lighter colored leather bag, it's very essential for you to avoid excessive sun exposure because they will actually yellow. I think the most famous leather model, let me see if I don't have one, but I think its most recognizable one would be this. This is what the there are, I think, all 25 size. These are what the Hermes calls the ombre. Ombre means shadow. So it's almost like a reverse version of the Himalaya. It's darker in the middle and lighter on the side. Yeah, so this is very recognizable. Same here. And Louis Vuitton actually did something similar. Let me see if I can find one. Oh yeah, here it's a twist, the same model that I'm presenting today. It's very similar to the Hermes model. This is like the original color of the lizard. It's not colored, but this bag is colored into red, which I love. Yeah, and so the lizard skin, the main problem is when it's subjected to humidity and water, when they dry, they might scale. They peel off these small skins. I actually have another lizard bag from Gianfranco Ferré, which peeled quite a lot. So I should maybe go get that one. No, it's maybe another time. Okay, so back to this bag. Twist is a very recognizable model from Louis Vuitton. It's very small. I think it's only like 20 something the size. A snail. It's only 19 centimeter length and it's 15 the height, but it's quite roomy because you can see it's very deep. It's almost like 9 centimeters deep, so which is a lot for this size. So this bag is very recognizable model because it got the name Twist from here. You turn and you open. Oh, that's the mirror inside. So inside, as you can see, it's soft lambskin. Yeah, we talked about lambskin in our previous videos. It's very simple. There's nothing. It's just one big compartment here and one small here to put the mirror in, and then you close and you twist. I think it's genius because it combines the Louis Vuitton logo into the closure. I think it's inspired from, you know, the Constance to turn the logo into a closure. I think Louis Vuitton did a really good job because it's really easy for this one to close and to open. The Louis Vuitton used really good hardware. Actually, I always consider Louis Vuitton's hardware better than the Hermes one. In a way, it might be harder to renew them, but they actually scratch a lot, but they don't lose the color. You can see it's actually still very gold, but it's actually very used. And for Hermes one, it might become, I don't know, color like oxidized or whatever. It's just different alloy. So here you have the closure. You can open it, and it's very hard, but you can. And remove this, and I think no one does that. So I lent this back to my mom for a very long time. She really loved it. She used it a lot, and you can see you can carry it two ways, either like this on your shoulder, so it's like a shoulder bag length, or you can actually pull the whole way and convert it to like crossbody style. So The job is actually pretty far. Let's see. The job is like 55. That's really long. And when it's doubled up, the job comes to like 30. Yeah. So it's that's the wow, I got this one. I think, there's a simple way to calculate the price for exotic skin. We mentioned there are three major groups, the ostrich being the cheapest, and the lizard and the crocodile being the most expensive. For air mass, I always have this calculation. The normal skin, of course, there's a variation between the different skin types. Like lamb skin is more expensive than most of the calf skin. The calf skin, like box, is more expensive, and Epsom is cheaper, and all this. But it's very similar. It's like 10% more or less. And then the ostrich goes double that price. Ostrich bag, it's like almost 1.5, let's say 1.5 for Louis Vuitton and almost 2 for Hermes. The multiplier in terms of price compares to the normal skin. And the lizard would be 3. The multiplier would be 3. So, and the alligators, alligator and the crocodiles, they would be like 4. So like a Birkin, like 25, it's maybe 8,000 something now in Europe, and then a crocodile one would be 30 something, and then a lizard one would be 25 something, and ostrich would be 2 times that price, let's say 15, a little bit less than 2 times. So that's how you estimate the price. So the twist model is, for nowadays in Louis Vuitton, the twist model is about 4,000. So this bag would be around, let's say, 12,000. That around that. It's a lot of money. I don't know if, and it's a very dedicated bag. I don't know if people are really gonna like accept that price point. But in a way, I think it's worth the investment, because it's a different piece. It's a rare piece. When we talk about that price range, you don't want to buy something common. You don't want to buy something that everyone has. You want to buy something, special. I think that's the main point for me to collect exotic skin bags. I do have a lot of them, actually. It's funny because this is the old model. The chain is like gold with leather. And I actually went to Louis Vuitton the other day, and in Madrid, you can see the first bag that you can see when you enter the store was a twist. And it's actually, you can see here, the chain is a bit like Chanel. It's like a metal and braided with leather piece, and so it's like a more sporty look, more modern look. I think that's what the Louis Vuitton is going for. I'm sorry for the light, because I'm jet lagged. I'm doing all this at night. And this is an AP leather. This is an AP leather, and then this one is like 4,100 or something now. So I would anytime pay more to get an exotic skin. I think Louis Vuitton, especially AP, is not worth investing. I do have some small goods in that leather because it's very resistant. It's immune to water. It's immune to everything. You can use it anytime, anywhere, but it's just not very elegant as a leather. So yeah, so that's for today. I will try to keep my videos short in the future. Let's see, 15 minutes top, because my previous ones are too long. And you see this trapeze look. I think it's interesting, right? So that's a bag. Wow, would you pay 12,000 for this?